In other matters, KwaDukuza Mayor Nhaca has been ousted following an ANC-sponsored motion of no confidence against one of their own in council earlier today, as she reportedly refused to resign when her party called for her to step down following her suspension late last month. Let's get more reaction now to this development. I'm joined by the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, the spokesperson Mafika Mndebele, joining us there. Mafika, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. The parties in that local municipality are saying this motion that removed the mayor was flawed. The party says the ANC used council processes to settle an internal squabble, which has got nothing to do with the well-being of the people of KwaDukuza. That's Action SA. What do you make of that?
Look, first and foremost, allow us as the ANC to indicate that all employees of the ANC serve at the behest of the movement. It is the ANC that deploy people, and it is the ANC that can withdraw individuals at any given moment. It is not true that opposition parties, except the few, are concerned, because remember that KwaDukuza is a hanged municipality. We were able as the ANC to get the majority today because we have worked with other political parties. I will include, among others, there is IFP and there is EFF. The ANC have took this decision in the best interest of KwaDukuza municipality. You will be aware that KwaDukuza has recently been on news for all the wrong reasons. In line with the renewal mandate of the ANC, we had to act as a movement and act decisively.
You are disputing the fact that there is a political impasse that is currently happening within the ANC in that particular municipality, because the mayor did not necessarily leave willingly. She was refusing to leave, actually.
No, definitely. You are correct that the mayor was refusing to leave. And I'm saying that on itself should tell you about the quality of the cadre that she was. And that's why I started by stressing the fact that when we joined the ANC, we signed a declaration, and among other things that we agreed that we joined the organization voluntarily, and the organization deploy us according to our skills and expectation. And from time to time, the movement will review that and give us instruction. A member of the ANC who refused to take the instruction of the ANC, for example, yesterday, the former mayor of KwaDukuza went to court for agency. He did the same thing today at 9 o'clock, and both her appeal were dismissed by the court of law. But that on itself tells you about the kind of an individual she was. I can tell you, other than being a spokesperson, I also serve in the legislature as a portfolio chair of economic development and tourism. I'm sent there by the ANC, and the ANC had many capable individuals. It has never furnished me with any what you call reason. Should the ANC ask me to leave, I will leave without putting a fight, because I understand that I serve at the behest of the movement, and I understand that this is not employment. It is a deployment meant to ensure that we, one, strengthen the hold of a democratic movement into state power, but secondly, beyond that, ensure that we transform the life of our people, as the ANC is a platform where we develop and formulate policies, and government is a platform where we go and implement such policies for the betterment of our people. It should never be about us as individuals. It should always be about the transformation of our society.
So the letter written to the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, pleading for his intervention, you're saying is going to lead to naught. Is National going to intervene in this matter? Because the mayor protesting her recall would have written to the National Secretary General.
Look, it's quite strange that an individual, when recalled, will write letters. Let's allow the National to respond to that. But what we do know as the ANC is that when we deploy mayors, except when we deploy mayors of Metro, we initiate the process. The region identified 3 individuals. They went through the deployment committee, and then at most of the time there will be interviews conducted either by the province or the national leadership, and out of that the recommendation comes back, and the PEC takes the best performing candidate. So you cannot say a structure that have deployed you has no right to recall you. I think it's a misplaced and definitely misunderstanding of the ANC and its processes. And it's quite sad that an individual who was promoted all the way to even be a mayor cannot understand the simple and the simplest way of how the ANC operated. It's quite embarrassing for the ANC, and as a result, we had to be forced as an individual, as an organization, to go to a route of recalling the mayor through a motion of no confidence. But on top of that, as an organization, in line of our mandate to renew ourselves, we have referred this matter to a disciplinary committee, and we want the mayor of KwaDukuza to come and account to the independent board, which is a disciplinary committee, and say why should she remain an ANC member if she fails to adhere to the ANC directives.
The Women's League in the General Gizeng Ampanga region are saying this is a ploy, a deliberate ploy to bury the mayor politically, hatched by her opponents or her detractors in the ANC.
Today I had the pleasure to speak to the convener of the ANC Women's League, Umama Umloyi. The convener of the ANC Women's League told us as an ANC that they now understand. Initially, they had the pressure to fight for her as a person who's a woman, but even the ANC Women's League have said no one should defy the ANC, no one should take the ANC into court, and then they now understand that in line with the renewal program, we must act and act decisively against the raw elements within the ANC and the ANC Women's League without any fear of contradiction. I can tell you, it is now with us on this matter, because everyone has seen how the ANC had been humiliated, how the name of the multi-movement has been dragged to meet a headline by an individual who failed to adhere to a simple instruction. Because initially, you will understand, our first statement as the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, we wanted to restructure KwaDukuza because KwaDukuza was in the media for all the wrong reasons. And now the ANC had committed itself to take its members to political education, to ensure that it caters work extraordinary hard, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, to ensure that we rebuild the ANC and rebrand our image. And as the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, we shall act decisively and firmly in ensuring that we promote everything that is in line with our value and fight with everything that is not in line with the values of the African nation.
So does Ms. Nhaca remain a PR councillor in that municipality?
For now, she remains a PR councillor of the ANC, but she's now no longer a mayor. But on top of that, she will then go to a disciplinary committee and answer. Her membership remains suspended up until the disciplinary committee gives us a verdict.
Appreciate your time there, Mafika Mndebele, joining us there from KwaZulu-Natal, speaking on behalf of the province. This, of course, a motion of no confidence that would have been tabled by the ANC, not supporting its own, after she, of course, was recalled and was given instruction to hand in her resignation, but she refused to do that and wrote instead to the Secretary General of the ANC nationally. Well, they brought forth then this motion of no confidence, which was supported by councillors from the EFF and the Nhaca Freedom Party, I believe. The Democratic Alliance, as well as Action SA and Independent Alliance councillors voted against this motion. Action SA, in the meantime, has said that this motion of no confidence would have not been constituted properly following the number of signatures that would have been furnished as part of this motion of no confidence. But we'll speak to the Democratic Alliance in a moment on their reaction to this. Do stay with us.